Arizona Cardinals.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Bell. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Now Murray off play action. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Murray now to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's Bell. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Alert flare.
On 2nd and 7, Murray is going to fire one deep over the middle. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Now the wolf. Come on. Watch out. Hustle. Check 24. Watch safety creep.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's caught by Davis. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Corey Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Wahoo! Great stone, travel. Left guard defense. Who we got? Begin. Mike 56. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Yep.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Topper! Switch it. 6 guys! Check 6 guys! 5! Snap!
Second and 6. His throw incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll make it third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Kill.
Murray now on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's
completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Check. Tight dog. Slam. Wide. Get up, go.
On second down, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. Now after the run by Bell, here's another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Check.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. That's complete. It's Bell. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, watch the slant. Quick edge. Go. Check safety. Watch the edge. Check 13. Check 15.
On second down now, it's Bell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Check, ready. Check 50. Hey, let's get him home. Heads in. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Hey,
Murray now on first down. He gets it to Humphries. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up second and 1 at the Saints 40.
after one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Le'Veon Bell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Hey, Delta. 56. Mike's 56. There we go. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Let's go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it throw across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll give this to Bell running right. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
Get off the field. Mike 55, Mike 55, go. Switch. Check 3.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Jordan. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Murray now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Tighten up. Watch twitch.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I hope you brought your left, 'cause I'm about to take you to the street. Shift. 25. Check 20. Check 25.
First down, Murray. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
55. Check 55. Mike. Let's go, D. Talk. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Kill. Hey. Whip. Orbit. Undercrunch.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 84 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Cardinals 14, Saints 7. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
give them 32 on the play.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check motion, man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on him.
From the gun, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Byron Murphy. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Under 10. Under 10. No.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. 55's mine. Here we go.
Murray again, second and 10. It's caught. Humphreys. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach in his...
It got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch him. Watch him. Smooth. 43 is the mic. 43's the mic. Hey, we got to get...
Yes. Hurry. 43's the mic.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. And this is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means...
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, Charlie.
43. Mike's 43. Blue Dan. 43 in the mic. Ricky.
Hey, Zoo.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
All day, defense. All day.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, seam 6.
43's the mic. Yep. Watch the twist. 43's the mic, boy. 43. Check. 43. You rush. Mike's 43. Watch a slap.
Hey, box drop. Now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Bell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Shift. Watch the shift. Check three.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Jim. He's crossing.
15-yard line.
Check 31. Deuce.
Here's another of the Cardinal backs. This is David Johnson. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Right there. 54 Mike. So we got man.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. The quick slant caught. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that cat?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
Walk 54. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
Shotgun now from Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Le'Veon Bell. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10.
Check 99.
Hey, exit.
58's the Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, man.
Right on.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough.
And this is caught at the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 59 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, check. 43. Bring it. Mike's 40.
Look, squeeze. Go, jackrabbit, come on. Go.
2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
56 is the mic. Let's go, D. Mike 56. Mike 56. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Ready?
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Watch 10, watch 10. Watch tight end. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. It's coming this way, Here we go.
Go. Steve Griffin.
They'll set up a throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A run by Bell on 1st down, going to go nowhere as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 9, check 9. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber. Buzz. Jet. Ready. Pittsburgh. 54, Mike. I'm coming for you, son. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Get him all. West. Check. Watch 54. Watch the run. Hey, watch. Ball trot. Check Mike 54.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
You better be afraid of me. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Got a man. It's Brown. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. I got him. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. This will be caught by Brown. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
19 more yards. That's another Cardinals first down.
Watch safety.
First and 10 at the
Safety's
25-yard line.
Murray now on first down. This one caught by Davis. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Murray going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
54.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really
And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will get them one closer. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On play action, it's Murray. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Murray now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
We are. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Get that quarterback.
Throwing on first down is Murray. It's caught by Davis. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, You might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Completes it to Davis. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I'm scared. Check three. Tight up. Slam. Wall.
Now Bell. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell.
Alert three.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Bell, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Le'Veon Bell, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
43 is the mic. Check.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Murray from midfield. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
That QB's traps. Let's go. My spot 4. Right here. Check safety, check safety. Watch the edge. 13. Check 13. Check 50.
Back to throw it. Murray. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cardinals, it's a nice win to finish off what's been an ugly first half as they move to 2-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.